Alright, so I wanted to do a separate video talking about the new ending from Phantom Liberty. So just to let you know now, this is going to be a spoiler talk. I'm going to go right into spoilers like right away. So if you haven't completed the Phantom Liberty DLC or you're planning on playing it, go ahead and do that now and then save this video till later and then come back and then we can go ahead and listen to my thoughts about the ending. Alright, so without further ado, we're gonna get right into it.
So suspicions confirmed.
Alright,
Any questions at this
people should be gone now.
Ray Queen's race.
So with the release of Phantom Liberty,
Sorry.
they released a new ending, which I actually thought was going to be like the best ending, you know, because previously with the original endings, I actually thought the leaving with the avocados was the best ending. I think a lot of people agreed with that, just because it left it open to where V might possibly find a cure, and like depending on who you romanced, they both come with you anyways. You know, if you romance Pan Am, she comes with you. If you're a female V and you romance Judy, she can come with you too, and you go with Pan Am. So it's like you go with everybody. You go with your two best homies, you know? It's like, woohoo! You know, I found that the best ending, and then I thought the worst ending was the suicide one. Because yeah, that one is pretty depressing. You know, you just end your life, you get the calls, basically, holy crap, it's, everybody's devastated. Yeah, that one was rough. That one was definitely rough. And then I would say, like, followed by that was the Arasaka ending. So it'd be like the worst ending is the suicide, and then the Arasaka ending. And then I would probably say, like, and then you can kind of, like, go a little bit higher with, like, the rogue endings. And then I would say like the Johnny's Secret ending, and then the very best one being the Avocados one. Yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about those endings. I might make references to them, because I'm just going to assume anybody who's listening to this is basically beat the base game, and they beat Phantom Liberty, so they know exactly what I'm talking about. So with Phantom Liberty, you got new characters. You had Somi or Songbird, President Myers from the NUS, Solomon Reed, which is played by Idris Ilba, the big player. And then there was some other side character. There was another side character. Wow, how did I forget her name? Alex. Yeah, Alex. She wasn't a mainstay, but she was part of it. And then Hansen. Yeah, General. I think his name is General Hansen. But yeah, the main focus of this is going to be about basically Songbird and then Reed are going to be like the two main points of it. So basically the whole thing is Songbird. I'm just going to give like a brief summary of the story, just a refresher for anybody, or somebody who's just listening and doesn't care about spoilers. Yeah, Songbird finds you, basically tells you that she can figure out a way to get the relic out of your head that doesn't kill you. So she gets you all entwined into this like little conspiracy. President Myers, the NUS, gets shot down in like Dogtown, which is a fucked up part of Pacifico, run by this guy named Hansen. Basically rules it with an iron fist, kind of thing. No cops, so it's kind of pretty lawless. He has his own set of law, but yeah, there's no NCPD there. So you rescue the president, blah blah blah. Then she asks you to call upon Reed, who was a sleeper agent from like 7 years ago or something like that, who's been kind of basically sleeping, or he's been inactive for like the last 7 years. So you go and reactivate him. You start to Songbird gets kidnapped by Hansen. You have to figure out a way to go rescue her, and then all of it culminates into this one part where you rescuing the mission. Reed gives you like this thing that can neutralize Songbird, because you find because Songbird's like this really good net runner, probably on the level of Alt Cunningham, maybe even better. I don't know, because I know they say Alt alt was pretty good. Johnny always talked her up, saying she was a really good net runner. So Songbird was like one of them, and she works for the NUS. So I imagine she's got like the latest cyberware and stuff like that. But um, you find out that she's been dipping into the black wall, which is not good. It's killing her basically. So she's trying to save her life, just like V's trying to save their life. So yeah, so all this stuff happens. Reed gives you like this thing that can neutralize her, so that way we can like uh, interrogate her, ask her some questions and stuff, and then you go in there, you infiltrate Hansen's base or whatever with the help of Songbird. Alex helps you, Reed's there and stuff, and you do like this whole thing. And then you have this choice where you can either escape with Songbird or you can use the little tech that Reed gave you to neutralize her. Now, I haven't done the second part of that. I basically ran away with Songbird on my first playthrough, so that's what I did. But either way, you can still end up doing this one bit. I'll get to that later on. So I flee with Songbird. Reed basically threatens that he's gonna find me and kill me and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, you done fucked up. So it's like, okay, cool. But like, I was under the impression this Songbird was gonna be like the biggest help. You know what I mean? So that's ultimately what I did, because I was like, well, she can fix me, so I'm gonna do that. So she's really screwed up by the end of it, because like she's like, it took a toll on her or something like that, hacking the entire building or whatever. So she's basically like, she's almost on her last leg, which ends up culminating into the last mission where I'm trying to get her to the spaceport to send her to the moon, basically. And so you infiltrate the spaceport, or the airport, or whatever. It's the airport, spaceport, mixture of both. You do all that, and then like you find out Myers is there, Reed's there and stuff, and they're trying to find you. They're gonna kill V, but they want to capture Somi, or Songbird. Sorry, I'm so used to calling her Somi because that's kind of what she got called a lot. That's her actual name. But yeah, then you hear Myers say that like, yeah, you can take her out or something like that. I think she said don't kill her, but you can use any means to neutralize her, kind of thing. So you get to this point where now you get to this point where it's almost like the culmination of all your decisions on there. And then you find out Somi has been lying to you the entire time. Like, she's been playing everybody, because like, you found out that she was playing President Myers, that she was the reason that the assassination attempt on her was occurring. It's her fault and stuff. She was kind of like the cause of a lot of this stuff going on. And then you find out she was playing you too. That the cure that she had only had one use, and she took it and she was going to use it for herself. And she was basically going to say, just screw over V. So she confesses that to you, and then right after that, you get this decision where you can either sell her out to Reed, basically give her up. You can give her up, or you can continue to save her and send her ass off to the moon. So what I ended up doing at first was I sold her out. She lied to me. I said, fuck her. Right? I said, screw her. So I was like, because Reed also gave you the he said that he knew some scientists. He can connect you with some of the best minds in the NUS that may be able to help you out and stuff. So I said, you know what? She's been lying to me, so I'm gonna go throw my lot in with Reed. So Johnny says he can go give him a call. So I give Reed a call, and you make a deal with him. You run over to the spaceport, or the spaceship. He meets you there anyways, even if you don't call him. But and you can make the deal with him there, so you don't have to necessarily call him. There's like so many opportunities for you to do this, for you to make the deal with Reed. You make the deal with Reed. He goes off. They basically tell you, he's like, here, I'll give you a call once I find things out. So he gives you a call. Basically tells you he's got the surgery set up and stuff. Um, let your loved ones know you're going to be gone, so you contact. So I was with my female V, so I called Judy, told her that I was going to be there. I called, like, I think I told Pan Am too, but I think they only let me call Judy. I don't remember. No, they let me text Pan Am too. They said I was going to be gone for a little while. He's like, I'm only going to be gone for like 2 weeks tops, you know. So basically, you get the Reed takes you away. Um, they do the surgery. You wake up in this like white room and stuff, and Reed's there. He's there to talk to you. Basically, he ends up telling you you've been in a coma for 2 years. So the surgery was successful, but there was a side effect to it. You cannot use cyberware ever again, otherwise it will kill you. So yeah, basically your neural implants are just, they're botched, they're screwed, because the engram basically destroys your neural network. And so like, yeah, so they were able to save you. You live. Johnny's gone. Cause like, oh yeah, not to mention that heartbreaking moment where Johnny's basically like, if you have a, like, I had a good standing with him, so he was like, I'm not afraid of dying, and stuff, and he's basically telling you like he doesn't like it, but at the same time he accepts it, and you have like this heart to heart with him. Basically, I ended up telling him like, dude, I'm never gonna forget you, man, and he's like, can you ever forgive me? My V, and he's like, yeah, I think I can. And it's like, damn, man, damn. Johnny's gone. So, like, Johnny's gone. You can't use cyberware anymore. 2 years have gone by. So basically, you wake up in the operating room after Reed tells you all this stuff. You're able to call your loved ones. So I called Judy first. You find out that after 2 years, she looks totally different. Her hair's longer and stuff. And she basically got married, and she's living in Pittsburgh. She and and it sucks. Before you call them, you'll see like you can read the text messages of them that they've been leaving to you over like the the last, I don't know how many months, that they were basically worried about you, because you told them it was only going to be a couple weeks, and then it was 2 years. So naturally people moved on, right? So that's what she did. Judy moved on. She got married, moved to Pittsburgh and stuff. She always wanted to get out of NC, so she ended up doing that. So it's like, damn, man. So you lose the romance with Judy. So I call Pan Am. Pan Am doesn't even answer the phone. She doesn't even want to talk to you. She's so pissed. She was so pissed off at you. You read her text message. She's like hella mad. She's really mad, which is in line with her character, because she gets really mad at your character for killing themselves in the suicide ending. She's like really upset. She doesn't know how to like. It's like her way of processing emotion is like being angry, I guess. She's very passionate. She's a very passionate person. So yeah, it's like, so like Pan Am doesn't even want to talk to you, because it's like I think it's like 2 years later and stuff. She's like it broke her or something like that. And I guess talking to you would just open up an old wound that she just doesn't want to deal with. So then you call up River. You find out River got himself into trouble. He sold some cop secrets. He turned into a narc to try to help try to help his nephew and stuff. And he got into a bad way with some people, and basically like he grew a goatee and everything. It looked like he was hiding in a prison or something, or he's hiding in a back alley. That's what it looked like on the holo. And he basically just hangs up on you. And then like I didn't finish Carrie's, but I heard that like he's on tour in Europe and is basically just too busy for you. So it's almost like he got the best ending out of it. Well, I guess Judy did too. She got married, got out of NC. Don't know what happened to Pan Am. You never really find out what happens to Pan Am. But yeah, so you end up calling Victor. Victor's the only one who's like, oh man, dude. He's like, come see me in NC. So basically, your V goes back to NC. You go run into Victor. He wants to run diagnostics because he doesn't believe, he doesn't believe the diagnostics. He thinks the doctor's screwed up and something like that. So you find out that no, you really can't use cyberware, and he's like, damn. But then you find out the entire time that Misty's Esoterica is closed down. It's basically run by Zeta Tech. It seems like all of Night City's run by Militech. Victor's basically like kind of, he works for Zeta Tech, because he couldn't handle, I guess he couldn't keep them away anymore. He tried so long, and it just like he just couldn't do it anymore. So it's like he ends up selling out to the corpos, and and it's like, damn, and he's so unhappy because he basically can't run the clinic in the way that he wants to, because he used to have his people came in, they were like clients of his, they weren't customers. Now he's got customers. So it's like, damn. And then V walks out of the store and basically gets jumped by a like low-level goons because you can't fight back. You ain't got no cyberware. These guys got cyberware. You get socked, roll down the stairs. Misty runs into you. Misty's there and she looks badass. She's wearing Jackie's coat and stuff. Her hair's longer. She doesn't have like that weird bowl cut looking hairdo that she had. And now her hair's like longer. She looks like she was a merc, but she's not really a merc. You know? So, you talk to Misty and she basically tells you like she's like, "Man, now here's what you got to do. You just got to learn to accept your lot and stuff, Because V's kind of like, "Man, I don't know." Reed offers you a job, in DC, It's a desk job, but it's a job nonetheless. And so, like, yeah, basically, it ends up, you have a heart-to-heart with Misty, Misty leaves, and then it just shows your V walking in with all the other NPCs in Night City and basically just disappears. And then it goes to credits, and it does, like, the little phone calls and stuff. And so, like, Rogue calls you, basically tells you, like, man, your legend is still there, but if you keep showing up to the afterlife, she basically tells you don't come to the afterlife because it's going to tarnish your legend when people start finding out you're a normie. So it's like, oh damn, what the hell, right? So and then like gets a hold of you, basically tells you don't call Pan Am anymore because it's just gonna mess with her head. She basically like it broke her, you disappearing like that. And so like, yeah, so you don't ever get to talk to Pan Am in this ending. So Mitch basically tells you, talks to you. Victor, you get like some little thing where he's like, sorry about that, come by, maybe, that's probably like the only one that's like, he's like the only one. You lose all of your friends basically. Like, Takamura calls you, basically tells you, like, if you saved him, Takamura calls you, basically tells him that, like, him and Hanako tried to overtake Arasaka, like in the Arasaka ending. Basically, they failed. Hanako gets killed. Takamura gets blamed for it, so now he's blamed as the murderer, and then he's on the run, basically. And he looks different too. He's got like his hair's got like this mullet look and stuff. So it's like it's kind of cool to see what the characters look like after 2 years. And I imagine this is what they do look like regardless of the endings. So it's like this is what they're gonna end up looking like in 2 years. I think. I don't know. But like, yeah, that ending. Holy crap, dude. It is insane. Like you lose it's like you get cured. You finally get to live longer than 6 months like in all the other endings. You only find out you have 6 months to live. This one you get your entire life back, but at what cost? Johnny's gone, all your loved ones are basically gone or either sold out and stuff, and then like some of the other ones want nothing to do with you. You lose everything. You can't even be a merc anymore. No cyberware. You can't do that anymore. So you're basically just a normal character. A lot of people have been calling it the NPC ending because you're like V turns into an NPC at the end of it. It's insane, right? Like this ending is a gut punch because you're all like, yeah, man, you finally found someone who can help you, and they do help you. They fix you, but it's like at what cost? And like it's a bummer ending. It's a very depressing ending. It's like there's no good endings for V at all. Like even the Alicalos one is kind of like we don't know if you're gonna ever get fixed, but it's still like the best one, right? It's still like the happiest ending you can get, quote unquote. Just like it's insane. Like it's like there's no ending in this game where V like ends up on top, like where everybody wins and stuff like that. And I get, that's not the whole point. Is like Night City is a fucked up place. Night City takes what it wants and it just like spits you out and stuff. And it's great. It fits the theme of everything. And I know people are like, "Oh, I hate this ending," because like they want these happy endings. And sure, I wanted a happy ending for sure. I wanted that happy ending that everybody won, but like I think even then that like it's a good ending, I think, in its own way, but it's still very, very depressing. It's like damn, dude. It's like you just can't win. You cannot win. It like doesn't matter what you do. It's like at what cost? So I'm always gonna pick the Avocados ending. I think that's just kind of gonna be my go-to now. Is just the Avocados ending is gonna be my canon ending, and I think it's gonna be like that for a lot of people. Maybe some people might actually like this ending, and they'll be like, you know what? Fuck everybody else. I live. I get to live. You know, my V lives. But like ultimately, it's like CDPR is definitely making it so V does not come back in the future Cyberpunk games. I'm pretty sure of it. With how these endings were written, it definitely tries to say that like yeah, V's not coming back ever, you know, at any point. You might hear about them, you know, but I don't think they're coming back. And so like yeah, I had to talk about that ending because that ending is wild. And all the endings, like some of them like were for me because I actually went through and finally got to see all the other endings. I did the suicide ending because my very first ending that I did was I let Johnny take over with Rogue. I did that one. Basically did like the space. It was the space the you know, where V takes over, becomes the legend ending, you know, you become the legend. Yeah, I did that ending. That was my very first ending. So I ended up going through and doing all the other ones. I did the suicide ending. I did the avocados ending. I did the Arasaka one. Holy crap, the Arasaka one was a freaking mind trip though. That one's that one sucks, but it's well done. That's what I'm trying to say about them. They're well done endings, but they're very depressing. They're very like, damn, dude, because it's like there's always something you lose in every single ending. Like if you do Rogue's ending, or if you do the one with Rogue, Rogue dies. Adam Smasher kills her, so Rogue dies, but you get her gun, and so like yeah, that one. If you do the Arasaka ending, you basically are like you're fucked 6 ways from Sunday, you know? Like you got nothing from nobody. And then if you do the Avocados ending, then Saul dies. And then if you like the only one where you don't lose anybody is the one if you like do the suicide ending or if you do the secret ending with Johnny, which is actually the hardest mission in the game because you're attacking Arasaka's tower solo. So, you know, that's the I guess that's the downside to it because it's like if you bring someone with you, like someone like if you do the other endings, someone dies. I mean, the Arasaka ending, no one dies. I mean, like no companion dies, I suppose. Just the only thing is that you lose all your like friendships and connections and stuff just like you do if you do the Phantom Liberty ending. But yeah, um I think that's gonna end the discussion about like pretty much yeah, that like that ending is wild. The endings are wild in this game. So it's like it's pretty crazy. But yeah, overall they're well done endings. They're just depressing. So yeah. I think after that I'll just leave this with that and then thank you guys for listening to my rant again. And I will be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Um, tell me which one. Tell me which one's your favorite ending. Um, yeah, and then I will, or let me know. Yeah, tell me what your favorite ending is, and then like if you played the Phantom Liberty ending, let me know what you thought about it. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.